Right, you're very welcome back to the show. Now, if you don't know your horse and jockey from your 2 Mile Boris, well, the next item might be for you.
There are some wonderful Irish place names all across the country, but what are their origins? Our next guest aims to help us to find out. Dave McGinn, you are very welcome to Ireland AM.
Morning, Dave.
Now, you are not actually a fluent Irish speaker. You identify as an Irish relearner. And what kind of sparked this return to the language for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cliche at this stage, but everyone says like Irish is having a moment, and they've been saying that for a few years, like on Colleen Kuhn and Kneecap and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure I kind of got caught up in all that as well. But I was also kind of reading a bit more Irish history the last few years as well, and like it kind of just piqued an interest, and like I just kind of started feeling almost a sense of obligation to people who would have been involved in the independence struggle, and like a big component of that would have been cultural revival and the language and everything. And yeah, it just feels like a lot of people kind of devoted their lives to this kind of thing, and like we just kind of lost it. And there's also kind of a sense of kind of frustration, I suppose, as well, and like thinking about the loss. Like, I'm not the first person to point it out, but like we've got rich kind of bunch of Irish history and culture, poetry, stories, all written in the Irish language, and they're quite inaccessible to most people in Ireland, including myself, just by virtue of not having the language. So, like people have said, like it's a bit like English people not being able to read Shakespeare. Okay. So yeah, that started sticking with me a bit then, and I started making an effort then to.
It got you interested in Irish place names.
Yeah.
What, because like you're a software engineer, like you're not a historian or anything, but you just took a love of trying to relearn the Irish language. But what is it about Irish place names that really piqued your interest?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a love so much as an irritation. Like I was more just when I was driving on the roads, and you kind of notice on the road signs, like you said, once you start having a bit more Irish, you recognise the words and the phrases that describe the place names in Irish. And like an example is like Skeheenaranky is a place I'd be passing on my way to my parents' house. That's Skeheenaranky, just like the church of the hillocks, or the elevated kind of church. And like if you see that, like it's 3 separate words describing something very local and very kind of mundane, but like it's an actual thing that describes something. And if you juxtapose it then next to the English, it's just complete gibberish, and it doesn't make any sense.
I was looking at it, it's quite interesting. So Kill obviously means church in Ireland, and that's why so many place names in Ireland have Kill at the start of
and you have others like Balio is town, so you get that becomes Bally in a lot of places. There's a lot of stuff like that. Or Dun is Dune, which I think is like a fort.
And so what sort of place names have really, give us a few interesting ones.
Yeah, well, there's like some of them are quite nice and kind of descriptive and like beautiful. Like Lacananonini is a place in Kerry, which is I think it's like the hillside of daisies, like Nonini or daisies. So that's a lovely kind of descriptive kind of image, and that became then Lacanonine, which phonetically you can see how they got there phonetically. Becoming Lacanonine, but you know, if you see them alongside each other, like Lacanonine just looks a bit silly. It looks like a made up.
And all the beautiful meaning of the name place is lost.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's
I can't unsee this. Thanks so much for giving me a new obsession.
Oh yeah.
What other place names really have caught your eye across the country?
Well, there's like some of them are just really like that one's quite straightforward, kind of phonetical, and others are just really like silly. Like in Cork, there's a place the Irish says Nahuana, which means the caves, and there was a whole kind of cave system there, and there was some human activity found in there by archaeologists. And Nahuana became ovens. Ovens, yeah. Now, I don't know how they got that one, but that's a bit silly.
What's this one in Galway?
Go on, do it.
Go on, tell us what it is.
Tommy.
Like that one's...
Muckanaghederdauhaulia.
Muckanaghederdauhaulia, yeah.
Well, no, that's the Irish version, but what's the translation then?
Yeah, well, that's the point. Like, so the Irish it means pig-marsh between 2 sea inlets, and it's like where pigs were being bred and kept. And if you look on a map, you can see kind of 2 inlets coming in. So it's very descriptive of that area. And then I can't even say the English one. It's like
obviously.
I guess the rationale was for ditching the Irish and introducing these English words was supposed to kind of make it more intelligible to English speakers. But like in this one, I don't think it was very helpful.
I think it's 22 letters involved in that one as well.
I know, where do you start?
That's the longest place name in Ireland, I've just been told.
Like, we think of, like, you've obviously Muff up in Donegal, you have Tubbercurry, you have Nobber in County Meath, you have Bastardstown in County Wexford.
Yeah.
Some funny translations, but you've set up an app around this, Baile Beo.
Baile Beo, yeah.
And why have you done this? Like, talk to us about the intro, because you're obviously not a linguist or a historian, but you're a software engineer. But this is something that really you wanted to kind of give back to other Irish learners.
Well, I mean, it's just interesting to me. Like I mentioned, like Skeheenaranky and like, so it's one thing to know kind of the Irish and the translation, like if it's the Church of the Hillocks, but like I'm interested in what church are they talking about there? Where is it? Like, who started it? And so like it's talking about kind of local history, and local history in Ireland is just very kind of distributed. It's very spread among kind of local authority websites, local tourism websites, library websites. So it's really spread. So if you want to learn a bit about the history of Naas, then Clonakilty, and then Dungarvan, like you're going to at least 3 different places, but probably like 5 or 6, and so I kind of. Yeah, it just...
Does the app tell you all this?
Yeah.
So, like, when people go onto the app, what do they find?
Yeah, well, basically, you can search for an English or Irish place name. Yeah. We'll have the English, the Irish, the meaning of the Irish, and then just a small bit of kind of historical context to kind of, like, I just like to kind of know a little bit about how the town developed in the kind of general sense, and how that kind of contributed, like, through the lens of the Irish place name. Like how that kind of contributed to the
It's great to have a place you can go that you can aggregate all of the information about one place, and I feel like it's a big undertaking, so best of luck to you, but we can't let you go without telling us what is the translation or the Irish meaning originally for places like Muff or Nobber. We're going to need to know. We can't leave without that information.
Yeah, well, they're kind of mundane, actually. Like Muff is, I think it's from Ma, is the Irish version, and it just describes a plain or a level kind of area. So it's just a very kind of mundane, like topographical kind of description of the area. Nobber is Nobber, so it's the work. Nobber, yeah, the work. So it's just describes like a fort that was being developed there.
So they heard Nobber and went with Nobber.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There you go, makes sense to me, doesn't it? Okay, Baile Beo is the new app, of course. If you do want to get in touch with Dave as well, because I know you've been inundated with other people getting involved in their different place names to research that, but you can download it on the App Store and the Play Store as well. Dave McGinn, thanks so much for coming.
Pleasure, thanks for having me.
Good on you.
Perfect, yeah. Still to come this morning, we get your health headlines with Dr. Brian King at 8:15.
And I think we've got cheesecake is on the menu, all to come in the next hour. See you very shortly.